flit the ghosts of border men of steel.
My name's Andrew Mackenzie and I'm the project artist for the Hawick Flood Protection Scheme. I've just been getting out into the community to try and get people to make art as a way of understanding a little bit about what the Flood Protection Scheme is and what it means. And the importance of culture as part of the Flood Protection Scheme is one of the things I really want to kind of encourage and celebrate. So this event is really part of that. It's called Where Teviot Rins, and it's really just a celebration of the culture of the river and what it means to Hawick.
The River Teviot is part of the fabric of Hawick life. In fact, were it not for its existence, the ancient Anglo-Saxon village of Hawick, the settlement hedged around by the hills, would never have been set up. The river rises not, as the name suggests, at Teviot Head, which is a geographical misnomer, but about 6 miles beyond at Teviot Stow on the watershed which formed Old Roxburghshire Dumfriesshire county boundary. The river flows for 38 miles, being joined on its way by 6 main tributaries: the Borthwick, the Slitwick, the Rule, the Ale, the Jed and the Cale waters, as well as numerous other smaller burns, before eventually meeting with the Tweed at Kelsey to accompany it to the Grey North Sea. Will Ogilvie describes its joyful journey. Nowhere branch the trees so bonny, nowhere grows the grass so green. Rise the banks so rich and sunny, run the roads so white and clean, as were glad with mountain water, through and from her heath-clad hills. This, the border's hoiden daughter, laughter through the lowland spills. The call in its modern form was constructed just over 50 years ago, with the addition of the salmon ladder.
The Teviot is renowned for its specimen fish, which can weigh up to 4 pounds or maybe slightly over. And anglers come from far and wide, and down as far as Devon and up as far as Inverness.
The river is home to a variety of fish: brown trout, salmon, sea trout, greyling, minnows and bargies as they're locally known, stone lodge, katy berties, river lampreys and European eel.
We've just passed, we're actually standing on the site but behind me of Laidlaw's Dam, which was the last dam to be built, somewhere maybe around the early 1800s, for William Laidlaw and Son, woolen manufacturers, Teviot Crescent Mills. Now this was a huge vast complex. It started off at the bottom of the half here and went as far as Laidlaw Terrace. It was an enormous place. Unfortunately, it went out of business in the early 1900s, the same times as Dickson and Lyons. It was clogs to clogs in 3 generations. Although textile trade is a shadow of its former self, nevertheless, it was these early manufacturers who had the vision to build these dams, which provided the fledgling textile trade with the water of life. Laidlaw's Cold is also immortalised in William Easton's poem The Anvil Crew. When Captain Menty arrived at Laidlaw's Cold, Boatswain Newell directed him to steer 3 points to the south. Sadly to say, Boatswain Richard Newell met an appropriate end for a sailor. He was found drowned in the River Teviot in 1918.
Walked the deck while Buckham manned the wheel. Aha! Cried Menty now for revenge. The cat's an awful brute. She assailed me in Sunday and I'm cold when I trade in fresh fruit. And now my men stick to your guns in the pirate crew we'll wallop. For the cat will find out they are cost with the most expensive collop 3 times. Oh. Oh, she was stout and strong, broad-beamed in deep in keel, and Captain he walked the deck while Bockham manned the wheel.
The River Teviot has been an integral and much loved feature of Hawick life since the Anglo-Saxons chose to settle on its banks. My Finner summed it up thus: River of dreams, you are dear to us ever, dear where the broad hawks invite you to tweed, dear where the willows dip low to your crooning, songs that you murmur through valley and mead, where you slip sullenly under the shadows, skirting the feet of old Roxburgh's tower, where you take, lover-like, close to your bosom, Kale and the music of coppice and bower. Dear to us too, as you linger by Chester's, hugging the hags where the still grailing lie, dear where you dance through the grey denim arches, lapping the piers in your hurrying by, over the calds or across the weirs foaming, soiling the hems of your skirts as you run, down the mill town to lend power to our toiling, dear to us under the smoke or the sun, ever more dear where the echoes are ringing out through the green glades by Goldieland's wall, where the sheep bleat to the sound of your going in the lush pastures by fair Branksome Hall, and where the peat bog and moss of the moorland send you out carolling gaily alone. Under the blue sky of heaven we love your first laughter in far Teviot stone. River of dreams, you are dear to us ever, light is the measure your swift footsteps lead, soft is the song that you sweetly go singing down from the hills to the welcome of Tweed.
And men defend their ways where Teviot tumbles down on a sunny day in June, with splash and spray as it winds its way through the famous grey old tune. You soak in the sounds of the songs of the town, which will ever be sung with passion. Each stitch and twill from the skills of the mills, still the pride of the world's top fashion. And you roar as you roll by the home of the Robbie dies, where Teviot tumbles down on a sunny day in June, with splash and spray as it winds its way through the famous grey old tune, where Teviot tumbles down on a sunny day in June, with splash and spray as it winds its way through the famous grey old tune.
The River Teviot has almost invariably been a benign presence in our midst, but every now and then, as we're all aware, it becomes a raging monster, hence the need for the long-awaited flood protection scheme. So with the help of the flood protection scheme, Hawick will once more triumph midst destruction, for the fraternity ilka tiri between, which has been the key to our weathering all the crises that have been flung at in the past, will once again ensure that Hawick remains, o'er the borders, the Queen.
Oh,